Welcome to the United Nations News by Universal Versatile Society. Tracking global news and learning about SDGs by subscribing to our channel. Global Alliance launches initiative to combat agricultural pollution. 7 countries, including Ecuador, India, and Kenya, have launched a $379 million program to address the environmental impact of agriculture. The program, led by UNEP and funded by the GEF, seeks to reduce the use of highly hazardous pesticides and plastics in agriculture. The initiative aims to prevent pollution and protect millions of hectares of land by incentivizing the use of sustainable practices such as low and non-chemical alternatives. This collaborative effort represents a significant step towards creating a more sustainable and resilient food system. IISD Assignment of Global Environmental Governance. The International Institute for Sustainable Development released its annual report, State of Global Environmental Governance 2023, that analyzes the international efforts for sustainable development. The assignment highlights several accomplishments such as biodiversity beyond the national jurisdiction agreement and the recent progress on a plastics treaty, while simultaneously criticizing missed opportunities in climate action. Moreover, it addresses the challenges that hinder treaty goals such as food systems, economic frameworks, and trade disputes. The report concludes with a brief reflection on conflicts regarding environmental collaborations that impede efficient procedures and data sharing. UN Women urges action on gender equality in the face of growing poverty. On International Women's Day, UN Women emphasizes the need of investing in women to promote economic growth and social fairness. With 1 out of every 10 women globally living in severe poverty, which is worsened by war and climate change, immediate action is required. Conflict affects over 640 million women and girls, and by 2013, 236 million more may risk starvation as a result of climate change. Closing gender employment inequalities might boost GDP per capita by 20%. Increased investment in peace, law, and women's organizations is critical to meeting the Sustainable Development Goals. Support for ratification of BBNG treaties entry into force. Representatives from government, NGOs, and civil societies convened in Brussels on March 7, 2024. To expedite the ratification process of the HACCP Treaty, publicly known as the Biodiversity Beyond National Jurisdiction Agreement, that ensures the conservation and sustainable use of marine biological diversity areas. It was first drafted in 2023 with 58 more nations needed for the entry into force. Representatives agreed to use the 3rd UN Ocean Conference in June 2025 to introduce the enforcement of the BBNG agreement. Alarming rise in child poverty in Argentina. United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund has issued a stark warning that Argentina's child poverty rate could reach 70% in the first quarter of 2024 if current trends continue. High inflation, economic austerity, and slowing growth are exacerbating the situation, with extreme poverty levels expected to rise dramatically. The report emphasized the critical need for increased spending to protect the well-being of children and adolescents in the midst of ongoing austerity measures and fiscal constraints imposed by the new right-wing libertarian government. Gaza faces imminent famine, UN report warning of impending crisis. A United Nations-backed assessment warns of an impending famine in Gaza by May, with 1.1 million people risking catastrophic hunger, or roughly half of the population. Famine is proclaimed when 20% of the population faces severe food shortages, resulting in emaciated children and daily hunger fatalities. The Geneva Conventions require Israel, as the occupying force, to supply food and medical supplies. Despite Israel's control over Gaza's borders, assistance delivery is still restricted, compounding the severe humanitarian situation. Israel asserts a commitment to development, but the UN criticizes humanitarian supplies restrictions. This is UV Society. Welcome to follow us and see you next time.